Hello students, today we are going to start with the second chapter of class 5 health and hygiene. Before going to start with the lesson, first we will study what is health. So health is an state of complete physical and mental well-being. So what is health? Health as a state of complete physical and mental well-being. So if you are said to be a healthy person, then you should be well with physical condition and also with mental condition. So both, if you are good at, then you will be said as healthy person. So to stay healthy, what we need to do or what we need to have? So we have the points we will see. First point is have a balanced diet. So what you need to have? You need to have a balanced diet. So what is a balanced diet? So it is nothing but taking all the nutrition, all the nutrients in a proper ratio. Like it may be a carbohydrate, it may be a protein, it may be a vitamin, it may be a mineral, correct? So all the things in a proper ratio will give you a balanced diet. Second point is protect ourselves from disease. So how can we protect ourselves from disease? By taking a proper amount of proteins, vitamins, minerals, correct? So if you take all these things in a proper manner or proper ratio, then we can protect ourselves from the disease. Now, next is exercise regularly. So these things is very important. You should do exercise regularly. It may be a walking, it may be a running, it may be a jogging, correct? Or regular exercise, anything it may be. So you should follow the exercise, or you should do the exercise regularly. Next is maintain hygiene. You need to maintain hygiene, cleanliness in your body. Take bath daily or brush your teeth twice a day. So if you keep your body hygiene, you will be away from the diseases. Next, take adequate rest and sleep. You should take a proper amount of rest and sleep. If not, your body will be tired. You will be not active. So you should be active by taking an adequate rest and sleep. So if you follow all these things, then you will be a healthy person. Understood? Next. So we have different food groups. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss the food groups, various food groups, or we can tell it is nutrients. We can tell it as nutrients. We have 5 main types of nutrients. What are they? We'll see. So we eat a variety of food. The food we eat contain 5 main components. So what are these 5 main components? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. Yes, so these are the 5 main components what we need to have in our food. Our body need all these components to remain healthy. So we need all these components to remain ourselves healthy. We'll see one by one. First one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide energy to the body. So what they will provide? They will provide energy to our body. So what are the components which will give us energy to our body? For example, bread, rice, wheat. So these are some of the examples of carbohydrates. So if you have these items in your diet, then you will be getting a proper amount of carbohydrates. Next, candies and soft drinks also carbohydrates, but they spoil the teeth. So here candies, what are the candies? Ice candies. So these ice candies also, and also soft drinks, what you will drink. So these both also will provide you carbohydrates, but what is the disadvantage is they spoil your teeth. So it is much better to eat natural source of carbohydrates such as fruits and whole grains. So it is better to have a natural carbohydrate such as fruits and whole grains. Correct? So this is all about carbohydrates. One main thing is carbohydrates will provide us energy. So why we need to have carbohydrates? We need to have carbohydrates to gain energy. So next we have fats. Like carbohydrates, fats too provide energy to the body. So you have studied carbohydrates, right? So what carbohydrates will give us? Carbohydrates will give us energy. Similarly, fats also will provide us energy. When compared to carbohydrates, fats will give more energy. Understood? So what are the components will provide us fats? Example, cheese, butter, milk are the examples of fats. Fats are essential, but too much of fats can cause condition called obesity. See, anything if you take in excess, it will be a cause. So, the fats should be in a proper ratio. If it cross its limits, then it is called as obesity. If you take excess amount of fats to your body, it will cause you a disease called as obesity. So it can also cause heart diseases like diabetes. Correct? So it is also cause as a disease called as diabetes. Fats and carbohydrates both give energy, thus they are called as energy giving food. As I told you, fats and also carbohydrates will give us energy. So these components are called as energy giving food. So this will be your 1 mark question. Dash and dash are called as energy giving food. You should tell fats and carbohydrates, or they can ask fats and carbohydrates are all called as dash, energy giving food. Understood? Next we have protein. Proteins are essential for growth. Our body needs proteins for muscle building and repairing worn out tissue. So what are proteins? Proteins are essential for growth of our body. It will build our body. So our body needs protein for muscle building. If you want to build your muscles, your body you need to build in a sense, you need have a proper amount of protein. And also it helps to repair the worn out tissues. For example, if you fall down, then the tissue will broken. So tissue will get damaged. So the damaged tissue to repair, the proteins are very much needed. So proteins are also called as bodybuilding food. Why proteins are called as bodybuilding food? Because they helps our body to grow. Correct? So only the proteins are called as bodybuilding food. For example, chicken, fish, egg, milk, cheese, pulses and soya bean. These are some of the examples which will provide us protein. Understood? Next we have vitamins. Vitamins are needed in small amounts for the normal functioning of the body. So vitamins are needed in a small quantity to our body. Correct? Vitamins are needed in small amounts for the normal functioning of the body. There are 13 vitamins needed by our body. So we need how many vitamins? 13 vitamins. So from where and all we can get the vitamins? So from fruits, green leafy vegetables and eggs. So these are some of the examples, or these are some of the food items where we can get vitamins. Next we have minerals. Minerals help in strengthening the bones and maintaining proper heartbeat. Why minerals needed to a human body? Because to strengthen the bones, correct, and also to maintain proper heartbeat. So what are the minerals? What minerals we need? We need calcium, we need iodine, we need iron, correct, phosphorus, potassium. So these are some of the minerals what we need, correct. So vitamins and minerals are called as protective food. Why vitamins and minerals are called protective food? Because they keep us healthy, or they fight against the germs which are causing us diseases. Correct? See here, vitamins and minerals are called protective food because they protect our body from various diseases. Understood? Next we have roughage and water. So what is roughage? Roughage are the fibers present in our food. So roughage is also called as dietary fibers. Roughage is also called as dietary fibers. So they help us to get rid of undigested food. Why we need roughage? We need roughage to remove the undigested food from our body. What are the sources of roughage? So they are whole grains, green leafy vegetables and fruits. Correct? So these are the sources of roughage. From these we can get roughage. Next, water is an important component of our body. We should drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. Correct? So water is a very important component for our body. So water is mainly needed by our body. Correct? So we need to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. So next concept is balanced diet. As I told you in the first slide itself, what is balanced diet? So the diet that contains the right proportion of different nutrients, roughage and water needed for the healthy functioning of our body is called balanced diet. Correct? See, a diet that contains a right proportion, a proper proportion, proper ratio of different nutrients. So what are different nutrients? I told you, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. So these are the 5 components of food. So they are needed by our body in a proper ratio. Addition to that, roughage and water also needed by our body for the healthy functioning of our body. So this is called as balanced diet. So balanced diet is divided into 4 groups. So if you want to have a balanced diet, what are the 4 groups you need to include in your food? See, first one is cereal group. Second one is vegetable and fruit group. Third one is milk group. And the last one is protein group. So if you include all the 4 groups in your diet or in your food, then your food will be a balanced diet, or you will be having a balanced diet. Understood? See, you can observe here. See, milk group, vegetable and fruit group, cereal group. Here, protein group. Correct? So if you include all these 4 groups in your diet, then your diet will be a balanced diet. So next we have disease. So when we are sick, we don't feel good, are unable to work properly. A disease is a condition in which our body or a part of it does not function properly. So what is disease? It is a condition in which our body or a part of it does not function properly. So that is called as disease. So diseases are caused due to many reasons. Generally, diseases are of few types. So generally, diseases are of 2 types. So what are the 2 types? Non-communicable disease and communicable disease. So we have 2 types of disease called as non-communicable and communicable disease. So first we will discuss a non-communicable disease. So diseases that do not spread from one person to another are called non-communicable disease or non-contagious disease. So those diseases which do not spread from one person to another, those are called as non-communicable or non-contagious disease. So some non-communicable diseases are caused due to deficiency of nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins or minerals in our diet. They are called deficiency disease. So what they are called as? Deficiency disease. So some of the deficiency diseases are listed in the table below. So some of the deficiency diseases are listed in the table below. We'll see the diseases. So here in the table, you can see here deficiency disease caused by deficiency of symptoms and food rich in nutrients. So first disease is marasmus. What is this? Marasmus. So marasmus is a disease which is caused due to deficiency of protein, that is carbohydrates and fats. So due to deficiency of these 3 nutrients, marasmus is a disease which is caused. Okay. So what are the symptoms? A child becomes so thin and loose. Folds of skin can be seen all over the body. The ribs of the child are also visible. You can see the diagram. So this is what happens if you are affected with marasmus. So to get away or to come out of this disease, what you need to do? You need to have the food rich in nutrients like rice, wheat, potatoes, maize, honey, ghee, milk. Okay. Next we have kwashiorkor, a second deficiency disease which is caused due to deficiency of protein. So if you don't have sufficient amount of protein in your body, you will be affected with a disease called as kwashiorkor. Okay. So what are the symptoms of kwashiorkor? So the abdomen of a child gets swollen and bulges out, and the legs become thin. And so these are the symptoms of kwashiorkor. Okay. So what are the food rich nutrients you need to take? So you need to take egg, fish, meat, cereals, pulses, milk. So if you take these food items, you will be getting protein content and you will be away from kwashiorkor. Okay. And the next disease, anemia. What is anemia? It's a very low number of red blood cells in the blood. So if your red blood cells become weak in your body, then you will be affected with anemia. So how you will get anemia? By deficiency of iron mineral. Deficiency of a particular mineral, that is iron. If you don't have iron content in your body, then you will be affected with anemia, and the symptoms are extreme fatigue, weakness, pale skin. Extreme fatigue, pale skin and weakness. So the food rich items what you need to have is egg, pulses, dates, green leafy vegetables like spinach. So these are the food items you need to take where you can get iron content and you will be away from anemia. Next we have goiter. So what is goiter? Goiter is a deficiency disease which is caused due to deficiency of iodine. So if iodine content is less in your body, then you will be affected with goiter. So what are the symptoms of goiter? Swelling of thyroid gland present near the neck region. So you can see the diagram here. In the neck region, there will be a swelling, a huge swelling will be happening. So this will be due to goiter or deficiency of iodine. So to get rid of this, you need to have fish, seafood, iodized salt. So these are very rich in iodine content. So iodine content is rich in your body, then you will be away from goiter. Next is improper development of bones and teeth. So calcium and phosphorus, deficiency of calcium and phosphorus will lead you to the improper development of bones and teeth. So what are the symptoms? The bones and teeth becomes weak and brittle. The bones and teeth become weak and brittle. So what are the food items you need to have? You need to have milk, green leafy vegetables, meat, fish, pulses, nuts. Okay, so these are the food items. If you have, you will be away from the improper development of bones and teeth. Next we have night blindness. So night blindness is also a deficiency disease which is caused due to deficiency of vitamin A. In your body, if vitamin A is less, then you will be affected with a disease called as night blindness. So what is night blindness? Night blindness is nothing but a person cannot see in dim light or the night time. So that is what? Night blindness. So if you want to get rid of night blindness, then you need to have a vitamin A rich food, that is carrot, spinach, milk, papaya, eggs, green leafy vegetables. So if you have these food items in your diet, then you will be having vitamin A in your body and you will be away from night blindness. Next we have beriberi. What is this beriberi? Beriberi is also a disease which is caused due to deficiency of vitamin B. So symptoms of vitamin B or the symptoms of beriberi is skin becomes dry and scaly, extreme weakness, affects the nervous system and muscles. So to get rid of beriberi, what you need to have? You need to have a vitamin B rich food, that is nothing but milk, egg, meat, green leafy vegetables, cereals. These are the food items. If you have in your diet, you will be away from the beriberi. Next we have scurvy. Scurvy is a disease which is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C. In your diet, if there is a less amount of vitamin C, then you will be affected with scurvy. So what is scurvy? What are the symptoms of scurvy? Swelling and bleeding of gums. So it is related to your mouth or teeth. So if you want to get rid of this scurvy, what you need to have? You need to have amla, tomatoes and citrus fruits like lemon and orange. So if you have these food item in your food diet, then you will be away from scurvy. And the last one is rickets. So rickets is nothing but it is a deficiency disease which is caused due to deficiency of vitamin D. So in your body, vitamin D content is less, then you will be affected with a disease called as rickets. So what is rickets? So symptoms of rickets are bow legs, that is bent legs, bending of spine. Understood? So to get rid of this rickets, you need to have the food items like milk, fish, egg, and also vitamin D you can get from sunlight. So if you stand in sunlight for a few minutes, then you will be getting vitamin D. Okay. So these are some of the non-communicable diseases are caused by the bad habits like smoking and drinking alcohol. smoking is the main cause of diseases of lung and heart. So some non-communicable diseases can also be caused by the bad habits like smoking and drinking alcohol. So smoking is the main cause of diseases of lungs and heart. So smoking will cause you lung and heart diseases. Okay, so this is all about the deficiency disease or non-communicable disease or non-contagious disease. Next we have communicable disease. Next we have communicable disease. So the diseases that spread from one person to another are called as communicable disease or infectious disease. So those diseases which can spread from one person to another. So those are called as communicable disease or infectious disease. So these diseases are caused by microorganisms called germs. The microorganisms like bacteria, virus and fungi are present everywhere in air, water or food. Yes. So these bacteria, viruses and fungi, they were present everywhere in water, air, food, etc. So they can enter our body through various means and causes diseases. So there is no, it's not like one way they can enter into our body. It's a n number of ways they can enter into the human body and they cause diseases. So some of the non-communicable diseases caused by the microorganisms are as follows. So we'll have some which microorganism will cause which diseases. So first one is bacteria. So bacteria causes cholera. Yes, these are the new words you need to pronounce properly. So bacteria will cause diseases like cholera, pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid, plague, meningitis. Repeat: cholera, pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid, plague, meningitis. So these are the diseases which are caused due to the bacteria. Then we'll come to virus. So here it is common cold, flu, polio, chickenpox, measles, AIDS. So when next year textbook will release, so they can add here coronavirus also. It's COVID-19. So because this COVID-19 or coronavirus also spread through virus. It is also a virus. Yes. Next, protozoa. So protozoa is also one of the microorganisms which will cause you malaria and dysentery. Okay. Yes. Yes. Next we have spread of communicable disease. Next we have a vaccination. So this is an effective way of preventing many communicable disease. Vaccines are made up of small quantities of dead or very weak germs of particular disease. So they are given orally or injected into the body. When the vaccines enter the body produces substances capable of fighting these weak germs of that disease. This creates immunity against a particular disease. Many diseases such as hepatitis, tuberculosis, chickenpox, mumps, and tetanus can be controlled through vaccines. So what is vaccination? It is an effective way of preventing many communicable disease. It is an effective way of preventing many communicable disease. So how vaccines are prepared? So vaccines are made up of a small quantities of dead or very weak germs of particular disease. So they'll take a very weak germs of that particular disease and add it into a vaccine. So these vaccines are injected to the body of a victim. So when the vaccines enter the body produces substances capable of fighting these weak germs of the disease. So whatever the weak germs are injected through the vaccines, though they enter to the body of a victim and they fight against that germs. Okay, so this is how they create immunity against a particular disease. They will create immunity. They fight against that disease or they fight against the germs. Okay, so the many diseases such as hepatitis, tuberculosis, chickenpox, mumps, and tetanus can be controlled through vaccines. So these are some of the diseases which can be controlled through the vaccines. Okay, so they have given some of the vaccines that are given to a children. First one is polio vaccine. I think everyone are aware of this polio vaccine. Yes, to prevent polio. Next, DPT vaccine. So what is DPT vaccine? To prevent diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. So this is the full form of DPT. What is DPT? Diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. Next is MMR vaccine. So what is this MMR vaccine? To prevent measles, mumps and rubella. Measles, mumps and rubella. To prevent these diseases, they will be giving the MMR vaccine to the children. So this is all about vaccination. Next we'll go for hygiene. So what is hygiene? Hygiene may be defined as good habits that ensure cleanliness and good health. So what is hygiene? Hygiene may be defined as good habits that ensure cleanliness and good health. So proper hygiene helps us in preventing disease following some of the steps to maintain hygiene. See, hygiene is nothing but the word which is related to cleanliness, clean. So you should be clean. The body, our body should be clean. Then our home should be clean. Our surroundings should be clean. So when everything is clean, then you can tell it is hygiene. Yes. So the proper hygiene helps in preventing diseases. So following some of the steps to maintain hygiene. So how we can maintain the hygiene? They have given some steps. We will go through that. First one is we should wash our hands with soap and water before eating food and after going to the toilet. So we need to wash our hands properly with the soap before eating the food and after going to the toilet. Yes. Next, we should bath daily to remove dust, dead cells and germs from the body. So we should take bath daily. Why we need to take bath daily? To remove the dust, the dead cells and germs from the body. Next, we should brush our teeth twice daily, in the morning and before going to sleep in the night. Yes, we should brush our teeth twice a day, early in the morning, before going to the bed. Okay, 2 times. Then we should cut our nails regularly. Kitchen, floor, toilet and bathroom should be cleaned with disinfectants regularly. Disinfectants is very important, like Harpic, Lysol. So these are some of the disinfectants which are used to clean the floor, toilet and kitchen. Next, we should keep the food properly covered. So after cooking the food, you need to cover it properly. You should store the food properly. Yes. Then we should keep our surroundings clean. We should not throw garbage in the open space. Dustbin should be covered. Water should not be allowed to collect inside old tires, drums, buckets, etc. because mosquitoes breed in stagnant water. So as I told you in the previous point, so the surrounding should be clean. Our home surrounding should be clean. The dustbin, the garbage what you put in dustbin should be covered. Water should not be allowed to stay in the tires, drums, buckets, because so where the stagnant water is there the mosquitoes will breed, mosquitoes will become more. Okay, that is one of the important point you need to keep in mind when it comes to hygiene. Okay, then the last point is there should be a wire screen or net on the door and windows of houses to prevent the entry of flies, mosquitoes, etc. So you can see here in the diagram, wire mesh should be fitted to the door so that the mosquitoes or the flies will not enter to the home. Okay, this is also one of the method to keep ourselves hygiene. Next we have exercise. Regular exercise is essential to remain healthy and fit. Exercise improves our blood circulation, digestion and tones up our muscles. When we exercise more, oxygen is supplied to the brain. So what is exercise? The regular exercise is essential to remain healthy and fit. If you want to remain healthy and fit, you need to do regular exercise. So this exercise will also improve our blood circulation. So it helps to the proper blood circulation and also proper digestion and also tones up our muscles. It helps to build our muscles. So when we exercise, more oxygen is supplied to the brain. So when you do exercise, the oxygen content will be supplied to the brain heavily or sufficiently. So playing outdoor games like cricket, football and hockey also keep us fit. Like yoga, swimming, cycling, walking and running are some of the other good exercise. Okay. Next is adequate rest. It's very important point. Adequate rest. Adequate rest in the sense proper rest you need. So human body need a proper rest. So proper rest and sleep relax our muscles and also give rest to our body. This help in proper functioning of the body. After having adequate rest, we feel fresh and get ready to work again. So proper rest and sleep relax our muscles and give all rest to our body. Correct? So it's not only your body is getting relaxed, all the parts in your body will get relaxed. So when they get adequate rest, then only they are ready to work again. So to stay healthy, an adult needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep in a day. So it's very important point. So to stay healthy, an adult needs 6 to 8 hours sleep a day. So adult person need to sleep to about 6 to 8 hours in a day. So inadequate sleep can make us sick. Staying up late to watch television or otherwise it's a bad habit. So inadequate sleep make the human sick. Okay. So inadequate sleep make the humans sick. So this is all about health and hygiene. Hope everyone understood. Thank you, students.